Oh, cool. It's working. Sorry about the delay, folks. Welcome back to Uncut History. It's been a hot minute since we done one of these. My original plan was I would try to do a live stream whenever I wasn't doing a regular video. Hey, look, I'm now talking to my own computer. Oh, that's weird. That's very weird. Let me mute my older self. The original plan was I was going to do these live streams when I did have a video coming out. Well, some of you probably know, last month I attempted to do a live stream, and it was going to be about the Immaculate Reception, that great play by the Pittsburgh Steelers against the Oakland Raiders back in 1972. And well, it's not on. You can't replay that live stream, you probably noticed. I still don't know what fully happened, and I'm crossing my fingers that it's not going to happen again. I couldn't log into the scheduled live stream, so I had to make a new one. And that new one, only 3 minutes of it ever saved. The rest of it just disappeared. We don't know where it went. And originally I thought I wasn't going live until I talked to some of my friends who were describing events of the live stream that happened 20 minutes into the broadcast. So I don't know what happened. I scrambled together that holiday weekend to put a mini documentary about the Immaculate Reception out, and you can check that out on Readout Productions. It is available. So I put 3.5 in the title for this live stream because of that reason. Now, originally I was going to do just a simple questions and answers just to tinker with, but a couple things have come up. First of all, today is Groundhog Day, February 2nd. I almost completely forgot until I started seeing all these hate book messages coming through. Not surprising the Phil saw his shadow again, but thought it'd be interesting. We're doing a live stream on Groundhog Day. Let's talk a little bit about the history. So, and no, I have not graduated to the high art of being able to share my laptop screen with my iPhone screen. Once I get a new computer, we'll work on sharing screens and live stream. But I do have the link to our articles we'll be going through tonight. So if you want to read along with them, they should be in sequential order. So we're going right over to Legends and Lore from the Punxsutawney Groundhog Club. Yes, that is a thing that exists. That's the group of people in the black tuxedos that hold Phil up every year against his will. So just a little bit of history relating to Groundhog Day. Something I did not know about. It has its origins in what's known as Candlemas. It's a Christian celebration on February 2nd where people would take candles from their homes and have them blessed at church to bring good luck for the coming year. And in Germany, Candlemas was extended to not bringing necessarily candles out for blessing for a new year, but they would go and get a hedgehog, apparently. And I don't know how this equates to Candlemas because according to the Groundhog Club page, it has something more to do with, bad weather, trying to guess if there's going to be any bad weather in the future. But I guess, good luck, weather, it kind of relates in. So when the Dutch came over to North America, particularly our Pennsylvania Dutch, they brought this tradition of the hedgehog deciding good or bad weather as an extension of Candlemas. And well, the rest is history. They didn't use a hedgehog. They didn't have to use a hedgehog, but instead they used a groundhog, Pennsylvania's favorite rodent. I'm personally more of a Gus fan and a Phil fan, and for those that don't know who Gus is the second most famous groundhog in Pennsylvania, and if you scratch that ticket off right, Gus is going to bring you a lot of money. So the Groundhog Day festivities as we know it here in Pennsylvania and as we know it around the world started in 1886 in Punxsutawney, which is in the middle of Timbuktu. There's nothing in or around Punxsutawney. It still astounds me that they're able to host this massive festival every year, considering there's nothing within a mile radius around it. Nothing like big infrastructure for tourism. But officially it was 1886, and then the following year is the first official groundhog ceremony at Gobbler's Knob. And since then, several other towns around America have their own versions of Groundhog Day, but the only true groundhog is Phil. Just remember that, folks. And I'm going through. Uh, like I said, Phil saw his shadow this year. But honestly, what I care about Groundhog Day is less about Phil coming out, and of course, means a marathon of a certain movie. And believe it or not, 2023 is the 30th anniversary of Groundhog Day starring Bill Murray. So, down to the next link, I grabbed an article very quickly from The Guardian. We bow at the altar of Groundhog Day. Concept Copycats celebrate its 30th anniversary. And essentially, the article is about different variations of influences that the movie has had, be it direct what's the word I'm looking for? Direct stage adaptations of the Bill Murray film to more abstract references in other films. And something I found very interesting to read. So, the movie's 30 years old, but we still have not reached the estimated length that Bill Murray was stuck in Groundhog Day. What it's saying here on the Guardian article is that Phil Connors was stuck on Groundhog Day for 33 years and 350 days. I'm still astounded that there are people out there who have calculated, have done the math, watched the movie religiously, analyze it like it's a Zapruder film, and have figured out that's how long he was trapped. Groundhog Day definitely has inspired a lot of copycats. The one that comes to mind was it called Happy Death Day, or was it called Birthday Wish? It was one of the two. The one, but it's like they're horror slasher films, and you know she keeps dying on her birthday. The main character does. That's like the biggest one that comes to mind. But I think there was one where people are stuck at a resort and they repeat the same day. But well, let's be honest. If you don't have Bill Murray, it doesn't work. The plot just doesn't work. Something I found really interesting. Some people got it right away. I'm reading right from the article. David Lynch was an early admirer, while Quentin Tarantino, in a 1994 interview to promote Pulp Fiction, gushed that Groundhog Day is one of my favorite movies of last year, if not my favorite. Did not know. Tarantino's a fan of Groundhog Day. I've watched this movie over and over. I've watched it so much. I don't really need to see it again. But for those that know the movie very well, but do not know the behind the scenes, possibly, I should rephrase, if you've watched it a lot, but you don't know the behind the scenes, none of it was filmed in Punxsutawney. I think it was filmed somewhere all the way out in Illinois, if I'm not mistaken. I think the only sequences shot in Pennsylvania is the opening scene of the news van leaving downtown Pittsburgh. Everything else was shot out in Illinois. Again, Punxsutawney's in the middle of nowhere. It's not going to be able to facilitate a movie production, which surprises me that they were able to do. Just recently, there was a big movie filmed in Western Pennsylvania, The Pale Blue Eye, starring Christian Bale. It's a murder mystery set at 1830s West Point, but they filmed it all in the Western Pennsylvania area. Surprise even came beyond Chestnut Ridge and explored. Well, it was in the Allegheny Mountains, but some pretty cool shots in that movie. So yes, that's my little conversation. I'm looking at the article right now. Palm Springs was the ripoff of Groundhog Day set at the hotel on Loop. That's the one I was thinking of. But that's going to do it in for our Groundhog Day sequence. And moving over, something I'm very excited to talk about. So for the past couple weeks, the East Broad Top Railroad, who we've featured quite often here on our channel. I think I got 4 retracing history episodes just about that railroad, and they're some of my most successful retracing history episodes, and we will be back. The past couple weeks they've been posting on their Facebook page more photos of number 16, and this is one of their steam locomotives they've been restoring for the past 2 years. But this was far more frequent than their normal uploads. I mean, of course, you get a historical photo here and there, but this was almost on a daily basis, which got people talking that is something developing with number 16. I mean, everybody has been on their hands and knees, everybody as in, us neckbeards like myself who have no lives, waiting for steam to return to the free foot narrow gauge rail. Yes, I know it's free foot. Is it free foot 8 inches? I know. Free foot 11 inches. It's free footer. Anyways, again, I keep getting off track today in this live stream. I'm just excited because, well, then we start getting modern photos of number 16 in the roundhouse at Rock Hill Furnace. And then we started seeing photos with with the light coming on, with the headlamp of number 16 coming on. And then next thing you know, Wednesday morning, see, we'll share a screen. We'll share a screen. This is called shoestring budget sharing of screens. Now it won't play. You can hear the noise. Yeah, this is low res sharing of screens, but there you go. Wednesday morning, this is the site happening in Rock Hill Furnace. Number 16 is finally under steam again. Has not been under steam since 1956. And this is the first time a steam locomotive has operated at the East Broad Top since 2011. Ooh, look. Aren't you getting all hyped up at that slow move onto the turntable? Gosh, I'm such a nerd. All right, I think you get the point. So, steam is officially back at the East Broad Top Railroad. And initially, I was under the impression, I try to keep myself from getting overexcited. I'm one of them that expect for the, prepare for the worst type deal. And then anything will sound like good news. And was it last year? The year before, whenever the Western Maryland Scenic Railroad got their steam locomotive, number 1309, under operation, its trial runs were in January, but it didn't properly operate till almost a full year later, until December. So I didn't want to get into too much high hopes. Well, then I go and find out that I got this article here from trains.com that number 16 is set to go and is going to be operating here in a few weeks at the East Broad Top's Winter Spectacular, which yours truly will be attending. So we're just going to read a little bit through here. Again, if you want to see the actual article, the link is in the description below. From Rock Hill Furnace, steam-powered excursions will highlight the East Broad Top Railroad's upcoming Winter Spectacular. The railroad said in a press release today, with the return of 282 number 16 to operating condition. The railroad, which posted a video of the 1916 Baldwin-built locomotive on its Facebook page on Wednesday, confirmed that the locomotive moved under its own power that day and says steam will play a key role in the February 18th, 19th event, including steam power on all previously scheduled excursions. And I'm not on one of them. More on that later. Number 16 was selected as the first to be restored to operate after the EBT Foundation acquired the line in 2020. It had last operated in 1956. It is no small feat to bring a steam locomotive back to life, especially one that hasn't operated in 67 years, says EBT Master Mechanic Dave, Dimitrovich? We'll go with Dimitrovich. Steam is an important part of what makes the East Broad Top so unique, and I'm very proud of what our crew has accomplished in such a short period. The Winter Spectacular schedule has previously included train rides as well as excursions with their motorcar M1 and tours of the railroad's 1906 station. In addition to steam power now being scheduled for the train rides, steam-powered activities have been added, including hostling tours, an evening photo shoot, and an exclusive early morning freight run. So, yeah, they announced today, Thursday, several new events for the Winter Spectacular. And as I mentioned, a hostling tour, which that's essentially you pay a ticket to go in the roundhouse early morning to watch them fire up the locomotive and get all the prep work. It takes several hours to get a locomotive under power. They're doing a freight charter, and they're going to hook a line of hoppers and run it out to the turnaround at Colgate Grove. And then they're doing an evening photo shoot with the locomotive. The tickets have all but already sold out. I already peeked in. I think at the time of recording, I think the freight charter, there's still some tickets. And I look at the price, it's $250 a ticket, which is not bad at all, considering this is short notice. early morning, and it's the East Broad Top. What more? I can't say anything bad. So, yeah, very great developments. I am going to the Winter Spectacular. I will be there Saturday. The plan is to be at the station tour. This is only the second year I think they've done this for the Spectacular, where they'll allow you up in the second floor of their old train station, where there's just loads of archives. So I'm very looking forward to explore that. I've never got the chance to go up there, and I'm also getting the chance to ride the M1. And I have to do that because the M1's been known in the past to crap out. It's a from what I gathered from people there, practically it was one of them, like, you ordered in a catalog and all the parts came to the site and they fabricated so in 1926. So it's a one-of-a-kind machinery, which means you're kind of constantly keeping the bolts screwed in place. So hopefully there won't be any mechanical problems during the Winter Spectacular. But there are regular train excursions, which I've done one in the past, so I wanted to go on the M1. Lo and behold, number 16's pulling them train excursions. But they'll be packed, so I'll be able to get some cool photographs on the outside. So if you're going to be at the Winter Spectacular Saturday, you may see me there. And this is not the only train news that came out Wednesday. We're going to go a little bit farther down to West Virginia. So for those that are reading for the articles, go to the nexttrains.com articles, and you'll see that Shay number 5 of the Durbin and Greenbrier Valley Railroad has made a successful trip from Cass, West Virginia, up to Durbin. Now you might be wondering what this all means. So there's a long segment of track from Cass, West Virginia, which is one of the more famed scenic railroad operations. They use those geared steam locomotives that go up very steep grades. It was an old logging railroad. I think there's about 5 miles down at Cass of track to explore. And then up the old Chesapeake and Ohio line, there is the town of Durbin, West Virginia. And they've been running the past couple years a Heisler locomotive. Again, another geared one. Well, you have your normal geared locomotives that's like this. Then you got a Heisler that, if I'm not mistaken, they go like this. They're like, the gears going like a V. And you can please comment how I'm wrong in describing those gears with hand motions. Less than a shoestring budget here, folks. They run another 5-mile segment of track out Durbin with a Heisler. And the Durbin and Greenbrier also operates trains out of Elkins, West Virginia. Up until a couple years ago, the Cass operation was state. Then the Durbin and Greenbrier took control of the daily operations. One of their big goals since taking possession was to connect Cass to Durbin. I think it's like 14 miles between there. And back in and they used to operate this up until 1985. West Virginia was racked by a major flood back in 85, and the track between Durbin and Cass was washed out. And the state didn't have the funds to go back and restore it. The Durbin and Greenbrier really didn't until they took possession of Cass. Now they have reason to want to connect their two properties together. So what you're going to have now is effectively a railroad paradise in southern central-ish West Virginia. So we're going to read through this article a little bit. The 30-mile round trip was the first for a steam locomotive since the Greenbrier River destroyed much of the line during flooding back in 85, and was a notable milestone following completion in January of the Trout Run Bridge, the last major obstacle in restoring the line. The trip by number 5, at 117 years old, the world's oldest locomotive in the United States, still operated on the track for which it was built, that's a very key distinction, was to retrieve former Meadow River Lumber Company free truck Hessler number 6. That locomotive powered the Durbin and Greenbrier Valley's Durbin Rocket for 7 years. The Heisler is out of service with a badly eroded smoke box floor and will require about 6 months in the shop to return to steam, according to the Durbin and Greenbrier Valley president and CEO, John Smith. When repaired, number 6 may be a candidate to power the recently announced Greenbrier Express train set to begin operation between Cass and Durbin later this year. Given a top speed nearly twice that of the available Shay locomotive or of the Climax number 9, the former number 6 of the Middle Fork Railroad, Eventually, plans call for the train to be powered by former Buffalo Creek and Golly 2AO number 4, which I think is called Slobberface because the hot water would always sweat off the front. And that is currently, number 4 is currently under restoration work. And I'm clicking links right now. Oh, here we go. Just open up a link to number 4, Legends Reborn. Help us steam number 4. And this is the official site for steaming up number 4. So I am going to post that in the comments section right now. And I'll make sure to put that, I'll put that in the description later on. So yeah, it's going to be very cool that the Durbin Greenbrier Valley has finally linked their two of their most important properties, and I'm hoping to get down there maybe this year. We'll see what happens. We'll see where the wind blows. Oh, I just saw their logos too. Yeah, that's pretty cool. The Greenbrier Express has C&O colors. That's very cool. So that's all that I really have to talk about. A little bit of what's going on with the channel right now. We've been posting some videos recently, but the Laurel Caverns Retrace in History episode, I actually did all that photographing all the way back in October. I actually did an impromptu live stream that day from Fort Necessity. So I kind of had that saved in the back for a cold day in January when I didn't have much traveling. I'm currently working on a new project. It's going to be a pilot for a possible series on the channel. It's either going to be very popular or it's going to bomb completely, because we're going to be combining naval history with anime. And that's all the more I'm going to say on that. All the more I say on that. And it's not the one you're thinking. We're not talking about ship girls like Azur Lane or things like that. We're not doing that. I'm not going that far. That's already touched upon territory. I'm making new territory. So, problem is, I still don't have a functioning computer. Well, I have a laptop that can work on the internet just fine. This is not going to edit videos. If I try to edit a video on here, there will be fire right in front of me. We do not want that here at Redot Productions. And the piece of crap known as my latest HP is still sitting there. Yeah, I'm not going to be too kind to HP. I've never had good luck with HP, so I'm trying to get some type of Asus product. Hopefully I won't have any problems editing on that going forward. Once I get a new laptop, new computer, new something technological, I can edit videos, bigger videos, a lot better. Because just about everything you've been seeing since September on this channel has been done primarily through my phone or through my iPad. It's not fun. It's not fun. My neck is never going to be kind to me again. So I've been saying over and over, I'm working on the final episode of Pittsburgh Usonia, my Frank Lloyd Wright series. It's about falling water. I got the script done. I haven't recorded yet because I need a laptop. There's going to be so much edit. There's so much photography involved. That's going to be me going full on Ken Burns. So I can't work on that documentary until I got a functioning computer for editing in front of me. Eventually plan to do another Patchtown Pieces. I have the information down for the next episode. The reason I've not done it yet, every time I've said I'm going to go out and do it today, so freaking cold or the weather is so horrible, it's just not worth freezing my butt off. And the last time I actually did Patchtown Pieces was on Wilpin. That was the coldest. It was like 15 degrees out that day. It didn't look like it, but it was freezing. I couldn't feel my hand for a while. That was bad. That was a little scary. We don't want to do that. Maybe I'll say this. You don't want me to have a hand. I don't know. So that's what's going on with my channel. Now, the game plan for the rest of this week is Saturday, I am going to be on a Humble Collector's channel. Me and a Humble Collector have collaborated frequently. He's appeared in all of my Gettysburg videos thus far, and he's appeared in the Artifact Highlight when we went to the Max Militaria show back in September. But I'm going to be going on his channel this Saturday, and he's going to be doing a live stream as he's setting up his new collection room. Now, going back to 2019, I did a collection tour of the old room back at his former house. So if you haven't checked that out yet, please do so. That was a fun video to make. And he actually did a video of my old collection room, which is still the collection room. It's kind of closed at the moment. It's been closed since the pandemic. Renovations in the house. Maybe someday when I do not have dogs barking at the top of their lungs, we can do a live stream out of that collection room. But the plan is this Saturday, 7 p.m.-ish, on a Humble Collectors channel, there will be a live stream of us putting together his new collection room. So that I'm looking forward to that. And I think that's going to wrap up this live stream. Like I said, this really wasn't going to be a big one. Originally, I was just going to, like I said, just do a Q&A, but then all these events happen all at once. And I'm like, might as well talk about them a little bit. So I'm petting my cat, Lily, currently. Do you want to be on the live stream, Lily? Yeah, cute cats usually jump ratings. Look at her. There she is. Okay, I guess she doesn't want to be held. Oh, now she's clawing on my leg. Yeah, that's not good. I guess she just wants to be just out of view. That's what she wants. She just wants to be just out of view. So, hey, thank you guys for watching. Be sure, if you have not done so, to subscribe to Readout Productions. If you do have any questions you would want me to answer on a live stream going forward, leave them in the comments section down below. Next video, I sadly cannot give you an exact update, but the next video that comes out, the next big one, going to be interesting. Like I said, we're combining naval history with anime. And I will be on a Humble Collectors channel. The plan is this Saturday to do a live stream on his channel. So, hey, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next episode.